AITA for not inviting my mom's bio mom to my wedding? I, 30, am getting married June 7th. I have sent out the invitation, and my mother's bio mom, 70, found out she was not invited to my wedding, which has caused some extended family members to lose their minds. So for some background. My mom's, 53, bio mom, Susan, was still in high school. Her mother tried to convince her to give my mom up for adoption, but she refused. When my mom was 2, she basically dumped my mom on her mother and took off. She didn't leave a note or anything, just kinda took off with my mom's bio dad and didn't look back. I consider my bio great-grandma to be my grandma, as my mom views her as her mother. When my mom was 15, her bio parents showed back up one day and apparently tried to act like nothing ever happened with 2 more kids. My mom's bio sister was 14 and her brother was 6. My mom bonded with her bio sister as more cousins than siblings, but my mom has never been close with bio brother. My mom's best friend, who was around for all of this, said this was a very hard time for her. Anyway, when my aunt turned 18, she stopped talking to Susan and her brother and moved in with my grandma. At both my mom and my aunt's wedding, my grandma was treated as the mother of the bride, and my grandpa gave them both away instead of their bio dad. Now, I don't like Susan, not only because of the way she treats my mom and my aunt, but also for the way she treats me, my siblings, and my cousins. All of us have always called Susan by her first name, and very few people know that she is actually my mom's bio mom, as most people thought my mom was just a late-in-life baby of my grandparents. My fiancé, 33, and I sent our wedding invitation months ago, and Susan never said anything. She didn't reach out attending any of the previous parties, engagement party, bridal shower. Not that she would have been invited, even if she expressed an interest. About a week ago, somehow it became more commonly known who Susan is biologically to my mother. We didn't go around advertising it, but it wasn't a secret either, so I didn't really think about it. However, Susan called me out of the blue. I didn't know she even knew my phone number, and I didn't recognize hers. And she started screaming over the phone about how, and her only living grandparent, she deserves to be a part of the wedding party. It took me a minute to figure out I was talking to Susan. I made it clear to her that it would not be happening in a polite manner, simply reminding her that she has never expressed an interest in acting as my grandmother before now, and that we hardly know each other. She didn't like that answer apparently, and started yelling at me more, and calling my mom and aunt terrible names for choosing my grandparents to act as parents of the brides in their wedding. I told her calmly that insulting my mom was not going to get her an invitation, and that I had no control over events that happened 30 years ago. I also told her that she's had plenty of opportunities to repair her relationships with my mom and aunt, and build relationships with me, my siblings, and my cousins that she never used. She continued to yell into the phone, so I just hung up the phone and blocked the number. I am slightly worried that she's going to try to crash my wedding, as she's made scenes before, like my cousin's graduation. However, we already hired security, because my finance has a cousin that likes to cause trouble. My mom and I both think that her sudden desire to be involved in our lives has been encouraged by her judgy church friends as a way to keep up appearances and not an actual desire to be a part of our family. However, Susan has reached out to her younger siblings, my mom's adoptive siblings, who have been trying to pressure my mom and I into inviting her and calling me an AH. My mom's adopted brother, 60, keeps insisting we need to do this just to keep the peace, because he doesn't want to have to choose between his sisters, using a tone to imply that he would choose Susan. My fiancé's mother has been trying to convince him since she found out. My mom and fiancé have made it clear that the decision is up to me whether other people like it or not. Everyone I've talked to, other than my parents, siblings, aunt, her kids, and my fiancé, say I'm being a stubborn, petty AH for not inviting her. Even my best friend thinks I should invite her because she's reaching out, trying to be involved, and asked to be included. If I do cave and invite her to keep the peace, she definitely will not be a part of the wedding party. Should I just invite her anyway? So, I'm just wondering, am I the AH for not inviting her or continuing to not invite her? If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to my channel. There are many great stories for you on my channel. Thank you for watching.